There you go.
And here we are. Welcome, everybody, to the Thursday night live stream. I hope everybody's having a good week. Brianna's with me tonight. She's, 25% of the time you're going to do a live stream with us because 25% of the people don't want you to. So
I thought it was 15.
What? Oh, maybe it's 15. Okay. So anyway, we're going to do our live stream tonight. We've got some questions that came in through Patreon. Also, tonight is the night that we pick the January winner for our Rig of the Month. So if you want to enter the Rig of the Month contest, you go to DylanTalksTone. Can you put this thing up there that they can scan? The scanning thing was broken. The eyeball.
There we go.
The scanning thing was broken yesterday, but I fixed it, so it works now. Okay. It's a subscription. I didn't know that. I had to renew it. Anyways, everything is a subscription. I just found out that Final Cut is going to be a subscription now. All of my video editing software. Yeah, I paid $500 for it like 4 years ago, and now I have to start.
Next, you're gonna have to start paying to use the
exactly. Okay, so you can go to DylanTalksTone. You can scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you can enter your rig. And every week, the three of us pick our favorite of the week. And then at the end of the month, which is tonight, what we do is there is a poll at the top of the chat. So live, we're going to show you the pictures that we chose this month. And now you get to go pick. And we're going to do them now. And then we'll do them again at 8:30 because people come on late and stuff. So we give them... 8:30, 8:40, something like that. That way people can kind of, and then give them a chance. Right. And then right at the end of our guitar portion, right before 9:00, we're going to see who won. So a couple things before we actually, let's do that first. Okay. So that people can go up there and vote while we're talking about this. I got some other housekeeping stuff.
Super chat from, thank you.
Go ahead.
Dastardly Dave says, "Good evening, Dylan and Bree."
Good evening, Dave. Thank you so much, and thank you for your text about 3D printing. Well, he's got the same. He's got the same brand of printer, so he's been helping me with some stuff. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's see the first picture.
First picture.
Yes.
There you go.
There it is. So if you want to vote for that one, you can go up there and vote for, I think I labeled it green because it's green. The guitars are green.
It even has all your stuff in it.
Yep.
Cool.
And see the Sasquatch shirt down on the right. That's pretty cool. So that's green. That's the one. You could vote for that one if you want. Let's show them the next one. I labeled this one sideways or something because it's a sideways guitar. I just like this.
It's an interesting angle.
Yes, it's neat. I like they were trying with that. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool. All right. And then the next one, I think I just labeled pedal board or something. This was really cool because this guy went to a lot of trouble to laser cut all this acrylic and then light it all individually, and just a really neat thing. So I think that one's labeled pedal board. And then the last one is labeled Peterbilt because that is actually the sleeper cab of a Peterbilt. And I think that's pretty cool. So go ahead and vote for your favorite, and we will do it again at about 8:30, 8:40. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Super chat from Tazzy Tim says, "Good day, Toners."
Good day. How are you, Upside Down Man? A couple other things before we get into our topic for tonight. We have Stratocaster loaded pick guards and pickups available. They're on sale 10% off this week, which is a significant savings on a set of pickups because there's 3 of them, and a loaded pick guard. It's $350 to start before you start putting humbuckers in it. So that is a significant savings. So you might want to grab one of those. We added to our option list copper shielding. We're going to be doing a video specifically about copper shielding tomorrow. So if you have questions about Strat stuff or pickup combos or what you might get or what caps or anything, let's chat about that tonight. Get in the comments over there, the chat over there, and Brandon will try to pick those out and we'll talk about them. We talked about rig of the week. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we paid for a booth for the Nashville Guitar Show, the Amigos Nashville Guitar Show in March. So I believe Leslie and I will be going to Nashville in March and doing that show Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's the 20th or ish, something like that. It's the Amigos Guitar Show series, the Nashville one. We did it last year. We had a lot of fun. I did it myself. And so this year, Leslie's going to come with me, and we're going to do that. The other thing is I would like you all, not that he needs my help, but I would like you all to go watch Phil McKnight's latest video. There's a guitar company that's given him a hard time, and I would love for that video to get bajillions of views because he's not being treated very well and being accused of being dishonest, and I know he's not. I texted him after I watched the video, and I'm like, dude, I hate that you're having to deal with this. Anyway, go watch that video so it gets a bunch of views. Just make sure we want to support him because he's a good dude, and he's being accused of being dishonest, and obviously he's not. He'll explain it to you. I'll let him explain it to you. I don't want to speak for him, but I would just encourage you all to go do that. So I guess let's rip through the Patreon questions because one of the Patreon questions is our subject for the night besides Strat stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rob says, hello, Leslie, Brianna, and Dylan. The Epi SG and Les Paul specials reappeared on the Sweetwater and Epiphone websites sometimes over the last day or so. Though the Les Paul specials are now double cut, the biggest difference appears to be that they now have rosewood fretboards in lieu of Indian laurel. How do you know where the wood may be sourced from? Do you think it's really rosewood, or is it similar to the wannabe mahogany used by Epiphone? Thanks.
I think it's probably some sort of rosewood. They will not call it rosewood if it's not rosewood. I've not talked to my guy about that. My buddy is the one that buys all that wood, and I know that, but I don't know for sure. My guess is it's probably something coming from Asia because they've got certain, various species over there. But it's probably good. It's probably fine. And Gibson's gonna, oversee that obviously because that's a Gibson brand. So you're not going to have to worry about it being like illegal or anything. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. It's probably going to be fine.
Ready?
Yep.
Robert says, hello, Leslie, Brianna, and Dylan. I hadn't really kept up with NAMM, but y'all prompted.
All right. Anyway.
Prompted me to check around. Thanks. I do play along with recordings for practice sometimes. The JBL Bandbox Trio caught my interest. There is a less featured model that may be better for me, though. I'm new to stem splitting. I'd be interested in your thoughts in any from the community.
Okay. This is a really neat comment. I am interested. This comment is what prompted the thumbnail and the subject for the night. I feel like a lot of this digital technology gets a lot of negative from those of us who have been playing for many years, like since before this digital technology existed. Somebody your age who grew up with just this digital stuff all the time, it just makes sense. It's just another thing that you would just get, right? Like it's not weird. It's just normal.
Right.
But I think for a lot of people who are, older than an iPad, because you're not older than an iPad.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, but the time of growing up that you started to actually use stuff. I mean, you had an iPod Touch since you were little, right? Yeah. So that technology, you've been around that technology since you were little.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at is for those of us that, we go back to tube amps and, actual wood and stuff. Phone books. Okay. All right, you're done. Hey, at least I don't have to sit on one to see over anything. Okay, so what I'm getting at here is, have you, as and I don't want to age anybody specifically, but for those of you that is there any of you who are like initially like, you know what, this technology stuff is dumb, but now like we've got this kind of stuff that we can play along with. The STEM stuff is really interesting because it will cut apart a song and you'll be able to like sort of play your own track in place of the one that was there. There's a lot of really neat AI powered stuff for practice. And I think it's really cool. Some of the new features where you basically tell it what tone you want and it will adjust your amp for you, which sounds kind of dumb, but also it takes the fiddliness out of it and gets you straight to playing and sounding like you want, which is really cool. So as a person who is, you know, pre-digital age, has there been any features that you are like, you know, this is actually kind of cool and I would like to check it out? And they say they can't teach an old dog new tricks, but I'm kind of down with it, right? And you might still keep your old tube amp stuff and like it, and me too. I'm down. I love that stuff and vintage guitars and all that kind of stuff. But appreciating this new stuff and, you know, kind of learning new tricks as it goes. I want to know your thoughts on this because I think it's very, very cool. I love that he is like, no, I want to try this. I think that's a great mindset to have. So yeah, I want to talk about this tonight and see if it comes up in any conversations. I think we have one more Patreon question.
One more.
Okay.
Charles says, good evening, Leslie and Dylan. Thanks for sharing your evening with us. Can you add the Epiphone Quick Connect to any of your pickups? Thanks.
You can. You can buy them on Amazon. They're actually just a Molex connector, a generic Molex connector. I can't remember which way. It's just the double Molex connector. Basically, you can add them to anything. It's just the hot and the ground goes to each of those connectors. That's it. It's not that big a deal. So, you know, P90s are super easy. Humbuckers would be easy too. You would just have to like solder, like if it's the braided wire. Here's what I would tell you. If you're going to use those Molex connectors, tell us and we will put the right wire on there for you. Because we have 2-conductor plastic wire that we could put on the pickup instead of the braided stuff so that they could easily crimp a connector on the end of it. The braided wire would be hard to deal with.
Yeah. I wouldn't mess with it.
Yeah, so we could put the right wire on it. So I think any of our humbuckers, we could do that for you, as well as humbucker size P90, the regular P90, Enduro, any of that stuff. We could make it to where I don't have the connectors. I can't get them cost effectively enough. So just order the connectors yourself. Tell us you're going to use them, and then we will make the pickup so it works with them. Yeah, that's easy enough to do for us, for sure. We'll totally do it. And I won't charge you extra. It's no big deal for us to do that.
There's a guy in the comments, Joe K. Says, I'm new, so feel free to ignore. What's the poll mean? Where do I see the candidates in question?
Up at the top of the chat tonight, there should be a poll there. Can you bring up Safari right there, the browser? And let's just double check that it's there. Yep, it's there. So it's
oh, I see it.
Yep.
Okay.
How many people have voted so far?
29.
Okay, 29 people have voted so far. It's all the way up at the top. There's like a little white stripe that you should be able to find.
Should I go back to here?
Yeah, and you could just minimize that actually, and everything will be where you want it to be. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Yes, so it should be there for you.
That was it.
Awesome.
We've got...
Let's go up and get some questions then in the chat.
Robert Hastings said, am I an old dog? Yes, I am. I generally need to see how a new trick can benefit me before I undertake the learning curve. Then I find additional benefits are revealed as I get into it.
See, okay. I love that because you're right. Not just because something's invented doesn't make it useful. But you're open-minded enough to be like, is there some benefit to it? And I would posit that basically any technology that's coming out on the amp and whatever side, the processing side of guitar is beneficial to someone. Otherwise, the company would not come up with the idea. There's a lot of guys in suits with pocket protectors sitting around at these companies going, you know what? If we did this, I think we could sell some of these things because this is filling a need. This is adapting an old technology to a new one. This is doing, somebody's not just going to invent something and hope it sells. There's some pretty nerdy people looking at this stuff going, yeah, this is probably a good idea. Do they miss sometimes? Sure. But on the whole, where the guitar industry is going with digital technology, I think that I think we're going to have to learn it, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Apparently I'm hungry.
Is that you? I thought that was a dog.
No, that's my stomach.
Oh. Oh, that's funny.
I'm saying that because I'm real worried that this is picking
Oh,
up.
no.
Somebody's
Our
like,
noise cancellation is pretty good.
Wonderful. Butch Landry said, I believe everyone has a 30-year shelf life. Everything we know and like happens between 10 and 40 years old.
So there is an actual psychology. I was literally doing a video because I want to do one of my snarky videos on my other channel about this, about like the psychology of the comment section. And yeah, and kind of, and I was like looking into it like a little bit, not, and partially to be snarky, but partially to be real. And there is a whole thing about like the music that you listen to when you are, between 14 and 18 is going to be your favorite music for the rest of your life. That's what you associate everything with, unless there's some kind of, like actual memory that goes with a song or whatever. Like if you get in a car crash while you're listening to a song, then that song might stick with you for another reason too. But like your favorite music at particular ages. And then of course there's other things like, if you suffer trauma at a particular age, especially as a child, mentally, the things that you like and are important to you could be frozen at that age. So there's a whole bunch of actual technical things with our brains that make it to where we like a certain music more, we like a certain kind of guitar more, we like a certain kind of thing more. And that makes it even more challenging to step out of that and want to learn new stuff when we are presented with new stuff as we get older. There's a whole thing to it. It's very, very interesting. And that's why I think it's so cool when older folks, I don't mean older folks, I mean like older than kids, adults older than you. I mean, you're an adult, but I mean older than you. Pre-iPad age. We'll just say that.
You get a phone book.
You had a phone book?
Like I know how to use it.
Well, that's good. I remember sitting at lunch, like sitting at breakfast or whatever, eating cereal, reading the yellow pages. Just because I wanted to know.
I wanted to know about the businesses.
Yeah, I wanted to.
When I was in trouble and I couldn't watch TV.
Yep. I want to know what was available. Even as a kid, I'm like, this painting company looks interesting. There's a lot of deer processing plants. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Well, plants, shops.
Yeah. Anyway, what else we got over there?
Edgar Bradford said, good evening. Have you heard of any advancements in optical pickups recently?
Not recently. About 5 years ago, I did an interview with some guys that were doing some optical stuff that was very, very interesting. They could actually adjust the effects and output of each string individually. It was very cool. It did sound different. I should try to catch up with those guys again because I don't know what they're doing. It was during COVID and we did a Zoom interview and the internet was bad. And so it's something that I never could actually use in content, but I would love to talk to them again. They were like one of them was a guitar player, but they were actually in really high end like laser technology, like LiDAR and stuff. And so they were trying to apply that to guitar. It was so instead of a magnet, it was two beams of light that converged to where the string was. And then where the string moved, the light actually sensed the movement and turned.
Laser?
Yeah. Like basically.
Spy movies?
No. No, you couldn't see it. It was.
No, I'm saying like that concept of.
No, more like a motion detector for a door.
Okay.
More like a motion detector for a door. Not exactly, but.
The contact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It was really, really interesting. Yeah. I should connect with them again and see if I could figure it out.
Shane Walton says, any hints on what Brianna's next guitar creation will be?
No, we're not giving any hints. We talked about it today. Because we're building something for that thing in June.
Oh. I was like, what?
We're going to, you'll see coming up pretty soon. If you're on Patreon, you might already know, but you'll see coming up pretty soon.
Somebody wants to know what the name of the second YouTube channel is.
It's just Dylan Talks Tone 2, like with the number 2 after the Dylan Talks Tone. That's all. We have 3 YouTube channels. We have Dylan and Leslie, which is sort of our like off-topic channel where we talk about, a lot of our hobbies and stuff. And then the Dylan Talks Tone 2 is literally just sort of a rant channel. It's not necessarily a rant channel. It's just sometimes we'll get questions or need to have a discussion about something that's an offshoot of a video that we did that's like, it doesn't really warrant, and it would kind of screw up the algorithm of my big channel. So it's like, but I know we need to talk things out sometimes or like explain things further. So I'll put that in that channel. But a lot of times it's just kind of me like ranting sometimes.
Somebody said, is the screen flipped or are you left-handed and wearing your watch on your dominant hand?
I'm left-handed and I wear my watch on my dominant hand.
Fanshank Guitars celebrates 61 months of membership.
Wow. Over 5 years, man. Pretty rad. I
guess I never think about like how often I've been hearing these names.
Yeah.
Until I see something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
it's pretty neat. And then we have some new names tonight, which is really cool too.
That is cool.
He texted on Patreon today in on the little message thing on Patreon that
I'm sorry, what?
Ivan, that he ordered one of those pickup winder things. And I got a shipping confirmation, so ours is on the way too.
You told me about that.
Yeah, ours is, I got a FedEx thing. So what we're talking about is Tone Winder is a pickup winding company. Well, they make pickup winders, and they're in Spain, and they've sponsored the channel a couple of times. And we have a couple of their winders here, and they're really, really good. If you go to tonewinder.es and then hit the little language of your choice, it'll switch to your currency, and you can look at their pickup winders. They're really, really nice. They just came out with a new attachment that is a traverse, which means to move the wire back and forth and hold the tension. That adapts to a Mojo Tone winder. And so we have Mojo Tone winders too.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too. So I'm really excited to try this thing. So go there, and if you use code DylanTalksTone, that helps out the channel when you buy stuff from them. So that'd be great. Yeah, no, that's really cool.
I like this question. Is there any advantage to joining on YouTube versus Patreon?
I think Patreon is better. For a couple of reasons. Patreon has like a running chat that we use, although sometimes some of you are more active in it than me. It's just an easier place to kind of have a little community that we don't have on YouTube. And then the other thing that I can't do on YouTube without goofing everything up is upload videos early. It goofs things up to upload videos early. So there's always on Patreon, there's always an ad-free version of the videos that we have on YouTube on Patreon. Also, if you care at all about us, the cut they take is way less than YouTube. So we get to keep more of that money.
I feel like we're a little bit more active on Patreon.
Yeah. Well, I try to duplicate basically everything we do on Patreon on the for YouTube members, but there's certain things I can't. It just doesn't work.
Well, I don't have access to our
YouTube.
YouTube.
You don't have yeah, that's true. What you do get on Patreon that you don't get is her and Leslie, because they're both on there. So commenting and hanging out too. So I like Patreon better. I do my best to not neglect YouTube members. And I fully expect and I understand that if I look in there that a bunch of YouTube members leave because I said this tonight, I get it. And if you want to go on Patreon instead, that's totally fine too. But I will tell you right now, Patreon keeps 10%, YouTube keeps 45%. So I kind of wish everybody would move over there. So, and it's the same money, it's the same costs, it's the same everything to you. So yeah. I like Patreon. And the notifications that we get on our phone are more consistent. So like if you want to,
anytime anything happens on Patreon.
Yeah, we get notifications. YouTube's notifications are super weird. So if you try to reach me through YouTube, it's super hard. Where if you try to reach me on Patreon, it's not fail safe, but way better.
Yeah, because now you have
three of us. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody messaged at like 1:30 in the morning one day. And I got up and I was like, dude, there's somebody on Patreon. Like, what's going on?
Well, it's just because everybody's all over the world, Like, that's the thing. And they just might be.
I was watching a scary movie. My phone should not be making any kind of noise.
That's funny. What else you got over there?
Curtis Chavez says, Dylan, do you like the gold foil pickups or not really, and why?
I don't make them because they're very expensive and hard to make. I love them.
Is it like the flake?
No. It's a particular kind of pickup. It's only a 1/4 inch tall. The whole pickup is only a 1/4 inch tall. And they have a very small, thin coil. It's like a very, very small, thin coil. And the magnet is like a rubbery vinyl magnet. Think like that comes in a shower curtain, like the bendy, or a refrigerator magnet, that's like the bendy kind of magnet. That's what kind of magnet's in it.
Oh.
If you're going to buy a gold foil, buy them from Tim McNelly. He makes the most awesome gold foil pickups. They are so good. They are not cheap. They're like $200, but that's because they're very hard to make. And the parts are very expensive. But they're very, very good. And Brianna is really glad that we don't make them, and she doesn't even know it.
I'll go with that. Jesse Tim. Isn't he on our Patreon?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
He said, what is Patreon?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe he isn't. I thought he was too. Patreon.com. Put that thing back up. It's on there. The links for all of that stuff are right there.
But can I exit out of this?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. And
oops. Crunching ice in the.
I think that's it.
What else you got on the big chat side?
I think that's it right now.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you some cool stuff we got going. I ordered a 3D printer.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. Brianna's been bugging me about it. This is kind of her thing. She's like, I really want one. And I'm like, I don't want another thing. Like, we have all.
Well, mine had no I didn't want it for a practical reason.
Yeah, you just want to print little dinosaurs and crap. But I was like, okay, I don't want another thing. We'll have to make room for another thing. But then I was starting to think about, we've got.
Needless to say, I got a 3D printer.
You do. It's coming. And it's a badass one too. It's not. So here's what I did. I got a buddy of mine who I got a Bamboo Labs P2S. Go ahead.
Super chat from Tom. Oh, this is the one Mom messes up.
ASCII.
Tom Askey. Took your advice for a beginner tube amp. and
Mhm.
found a used Blues Junior. Thank you. I love it.
Those are so cool, man. Blues Junior and Pro Junior are, to me, some of the most underrated little tube amps alive. They're really good.
I already knew Mom messed that one up because I was sitting in my room watching last week's.
Yeah.
And Mom's like, "Am I saying this right?"
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Let me
yeah.
figure out how she says this."
Yeah. So I started to look and I'm like, wait a minute. We have like 3 or 4 pickup designs that I could release if I could make my own bobbins. And then I started to thinking about it. And then something, oh, I know what it was. It was the P90 video. When we started talking about the history of P90s, and I got to thinking about the Charlie Christian pickup. And so what you don't know, well, you might know because you might have seen me doing it. But what you all don't know is that I've been messing around with the Charlie Christian design. My goal is to have a Charlie Christian looking and sort of dimensionally similar kind of pickup that fits in a humbucker or I don't know if it's going to be a P90 route or a humbucker route. Probably a humbucker route. And it will come with a pick guard routed for it for a Telecaster. That's my goal, is to have a neck Charlie Christian-ish thing that will go with a pick guard. It will come as a set and will go in your Telecaster. That's my goal. But I need to make bobbins for it. And I've got a buddy of mine who has a 3D print farm. You know, he does a bunch of 3D printing stuff for volume for other people. He actually makes our little spacers for our humbucker size P90s. That's why we could re-release our humbucker size P90s, because my buddy makes them for me. And I was like, well, maybe if I can at least get one to prototype. He can still make all the volume. You know, like if we need 100 or something, I'll have him make them. But at least if we can prototype and then I can send him files, this will be very, very cool. And then we started looking at all kinds of other things that we're going to be able to do work-wise. And I'm like, okay, I got to get one. And so, we've got, it should be here next Friday. I think it's coming. Yeah, it's going to be pretty neat. I got a spot for it in the office in there, and we've got it all kind of figured out. So, yeah, that's pretty rad.
Shane Walton says Brianna prints pics of dinosaur crap.
No, it's just a joke about anytime you see anybody talking about a 3D printer, it's always these like little plastic dinosaurs and like little alien things and stuff. But there's a lot more practical stuff you can do with it.
I think about it with the reptile shows because they always make baby versions of what they're selling. And I'm like,
I think about it from the fountain pen shows because there's those companies that make like pen racks and stands and all kinds of stuff. But what I was actually looking at, so then the other thing, we're on Patreon the other night on our monthly hangout, and Dawn mentioned, we started talking about displays for pickups, like for shows and stuff, or maybe even for your desk. Like you ordered a set of pickups, but you didn't have them in the guitar yet.
I remember that. Yeah.
Like, yeah, at least you can look at them on your desk instead of having them in a box in a drawer. That, you know, that's kind of neat. So yeah, I'm thinking about some different stuff.
David Roth says, pickup question. All other things being equal, should a pickup having poles versus rails have significant tone difference? I ask because I have one guitar with SD Black Winter pickup and another with SD Black Winter rails. They sound very different to me.
They will. They do. The inductance properties of a rail versus slugs is big time. Yeah. Because where the inductance happens in the coil. So coil shape and core shape. So coil shape being how fat or tall, you know, like how flat or tall or fat or skinny the coil is, right? So think P90. Don't even think about magnets right now, but just think about a Strat pickup versus a P90, right? So tall and skinny, you could put the same amount of wines on it, but tall and skinny, short and flat, right? Sounds completely different if you did all things created equal. Then the other big factor with that, so now you've got something that the coil shape is fairly similar, but the magnetic field shape is different. And the reason coil shape matters is because where in the coil the inductance happens the most. Well, if you have a thin bar that goes all the way across with magnets on the bottom, where the inductance happens because of how the shape of that center core is versus individual slugs, it changes. And so, yeah, you'll have definitely a different resonant peak between those two pickups, which gives you different sound. Yeah, it's really neat.
Tazzy Tim says, just joined the vault.
Oh, rad. Dude, that's rad because that's the highest level on Patreon. That means we get to listen to his accent once a month. Okay, so yeah, because he's from Australia. So the highest level on Patreon and YouTube, and this applies to both, is we have a monthly hangout the last Monday night of every month at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I don't know what time that's going to be for you, Tim, over there in Australia, but we hang out on. I send a Zoom link to everybody on that level, and we hang, and it's super fun. It's usually, we get a bunch of people signed up for that level, but usually 6 or 8 people show up, and we hang out for an hour and a half, like just talking about whatever. Sometimes it's not even about guitars. Sometimes, most of the time it is, it's surrounding something about that. But yeah, super fun. We had a new person there this week. He was super quiet, but I was glad that he was there. Super cool. Yeah. I think he'd hung out once before. Just being chill, just hanging out. But some folks are really, really cool and in there and talking a bunch and stuff. And yeah, super fun.
Yeah, like they're actually, they're.
Yeah, we've gotten to be friends just through this thing,
Like there's one of them who's in that chat who will like send me Facebook messages of like, hey, have you thought about trying this or trying this? Like, just art stuff. Like,
yeah,
they're cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, super neat.
Shane Walton says, at NAMM, Shark Guitars introduced a locking trim where you can adjust intonation at the nut. Is this a good idea or just being different for the sake of being different?
So I don't think that you need that. I saw that. That was really cool. That whole thing was really cool, that Shark Guitars deal. There is engineering for the sake of engineering. And that was definitely, that entire guitar was engineering for the sake of engineering. However, that's, every halo piece for whatever, it could be a car, it could be anything. That halo piece, like when we talk like Formula One technology, doesn't apply to real life. But what oftentimes happens, and I imagine this happened, somebody like me or somebody like Matt or somebody like one of you, like Tim, who builds guitars, you might not be like, I don't need an adjustable nut. I don't want that. However, that makes me think, what if I did this, this, and this? And so it inspires some sort of little more subtle innovations that could be effective. So I don't think it's dumb. I think it's awesome. I don't think you have to buy a guitar with that much over engineering in it, but it will be inspiring to people like us who are always looking for something little and cool and weird and neat and interesting. And if you're a nerd like me, you might buy it because it's weird. Like there's nothing like it. So, maybe that's what he was going for. I don't necessarily think he was trying to fix every problem in the world in the same guitar. I think he was just trying to build like a halo piece that was like, has everything, and he kind of did. Adjustable frets, like, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Pretty caught up. Somebody, Edgar Bradford said, make sure you take precautions with the 3D printer. Older printers had fire risks. Newer ones, not so much, but I still keep a fireball hanging above mine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, makes sense. You know what we should do? It is 8:40. Okay. So for those of you that have just joined, we're going to show you the rigs of the month again.
Oh, yeah.
And we want you to come up to the top of this chat. It's over in the chat thing.
It's all the way at the top.
All the way at the top. We want you to vote. So Whoever wins this is going to get, it's actually going to be a Dylan Talks Tone care package this month because I didn't get the stuff from Stu Mac in time. So you're going to get a flat.
We weren't telling them. Or did we?
No, we're going to tell them. You're going to get a hat, a flask, and I think a mug. Yeah. Yeah. Cause I still have some prototypes of those left. So we're going to give them one of the prototypes. And,
we did a whole thing with these.
Yeah. I've got like 5 of them in our testing and they're really cool. So yeah, we're going to give you a couple of those things. So let's show them.
That was asking me. He said, thank you. I wanted to see the actual rigs.
Well, let's do it. So let's go to the top.
Okay. This is the first one.
If you go up to the top and I think it's just called green. You can vote for that one there. I think that's really neat. Looks like he's got my pickups in a couple of those green guitars. I'm not sure.
At least this one. I don't know about this one.
Yeah, that's double cream, so that's not me.
He's got your t-shirt and hair card, though.
Yeah, no, that's pretty neat.
I love this. This color's making me happy.
Yeah. Brianna's favorite color is, she was actually taking a nap when I was going over this, and I was like, you know what? I know what she would pick, so I'm just gonna go with it.
And safe to say.
And I was right. Yeah.
Right. Here's the second one.
Yep.
What did you say? You called this one like sideways or something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sideways or crooked, or I don't remember.
Crooked.
Sorry, I was trying to
What are you doing?
Trying to see if I could see.
All right. The third one.
I called this one pedal board. This one's really interesting because you see all the acrylic pieces underneath each of the pedals. This dude went to the trouble to cut all of those on a laser, and then light them individually, it's just so cool. Plus the rest of his rig's really neat too. And I just think the time that he put into that's super cool, man.
Yeah, he thought about this picture.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
And then this one.
And then we called this one Peterbilt because this is the sleeper cab of a truck. And I love
that t-shirt idea that he's got going on.
Well,
there.
and we were calling it rig of the week. And I was like, well, this is obviously the rig of the week because, the rig. Yeah. So anyway, there's the 4. You'll see the names that correspond to them up there. Go ahead and vote for them. And just before 9:00, before we go to off topic hour, we will pick a winner.
Somebody said it's not easy being green. Tezzy Tim says, I have decided that to become a better guitar builder, I need to become a better player. Booked in for lessons.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. They were talking about that on Patreon or on Texas Toast tonight. And I bring this up a lot too, because people are like, you suck. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And Matt was saying, he's like, it might sound weird, but playing and being awesome at playing is not what he gets excited about. Like, I enjoy guitar. I really love playing guitar. And I love playing with other people. I really love playing live. Like, playing in a band is when you're in the pocket and you're doing the thing, it is awesome.
But that is what you do. You are not I'm going to sit in my living room and I'm going to play this song. No. I've seen you. You've played in bars I've worked. You are very much, I'm going to go up here with my buddies and I'm going to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't come off of the stage or that part of the floor where somebody's like, that was terrible.
No. I'm definitely can hold my own for sure. But I also don't concentrate on being awesome at guitar. Like
that's also not what we do.
No, that's the thing. Look at it this way. If you can only think about so many things in a day, I have to spend a lot of my time thinking about making you sound good. And so that's why I always tell everybody I'm better at making you sound good than I am at making me sound good, because my job is to make you sound good.
I mean,
so
I can build a guitar. I have no idea
how
to play.
Right. And here's the thing though, is that you have to spend a lot of the time, like, you made all that Telecaster stuff yesterday. Yeah, we sold a ton of Telecaster wiring harnesses. And so she sat there yesterday just soldering her brains out. Her fingers are all burned up. But like, you know, even though you don't play, you're concentrating on the quality of this part. And I'm concentrating on how the thing sounds and what we do to the little adjustments we make. And then I come in there and I tell you, hey, we need to, keep the tension on this pickup between here and here. We need it right. Like if I'm spending all that time doing that, sounding like some super awesome guitar player is not, I don't have it left in my brain. There's just so much time that you can think about anything.
Yeah, I can make the parts awesome to make you sound good.
Right.
I don't care that I only know maybe how to play Smells Like
Teen
Spirit.
And I know everybody will bring up Leo Fender in this, but that's not even how I think about it, because I'm just like super passionate about doing this and all of this and helping you and like being here and doing these things on Thursday. I'm really passionate about it. But my passion has never been, I'm going to be super awesome at guitar. Like that's just never been on my list. All the peripheral things. That's also why I feel very strongly that no matter how good or not good of a guitar player you are, you should play whatever guitar you want, no matter how much or how little it costs. So if you suck at guitar or you think you suck at guitar, let's be fair, you probably don't. So if you think you suck at guitar and you don't deserve a custom shop Les Paul, throw that thought right out of your head and go buy a custom shop Les Paul. It doesn't matter how good or not good you are.
You'll have more fun with it.
Get whatever you want, because just the wow factor of sitting there and smelling it will make you feel better about your guitar. I'm serious. You know what it is. Yeah.
I can't say anything because when, heaven forbid, we go to Guitar Center, I'm walking in that acoustics room.
Oh, yeah. For sure. That's what I'm saying.
I could care less.
Exactly.
I'm walking in there.
It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with how good a guitar player you are. It's just like it gives you this feeling, and that's what a custom shop Gibson gives me. Even though it's way better than me. Everything I have is way better than me. And what's really interesting is just about every product that we own, no matter what it is, unless you're really cheap, right? And you buy single ply toilet paper, that could fail. But for the most part, your coffee pot makes better coffee than you know how to make. Your knife in your drawer might be sharper than it needs to be. You have a nicer hammer than, you're not a general contractor. You know what I mean? Like your extension cord is heavier duty than it should be or has to be. Like all those, everything we have is usually exceeds our ability to use it or get the most potential out of it. Most products. We don't use all the features on our television. We don't use all the features on our Apple Watch. We don't use all the features on our phone. We don't use
lawnmowers with this.
Yeah.
You could be great at cutting grass. Or you could suck at cutting grass, but if you get a good lawnmower,
it just feels good. And the thing is that everything we have is better than us. So I don't know why a guitar is any different. We don't use all the features to their full potential of anything we have, really, when it really comes down to it, for most people anyway, yeah. But having a guitar that you'll never have to worry about that is pretty sweet. It's pretty cool. If you don't know, if you're new to guitar and you're like, I don't know if I deserve, but you can afford it, go buy a real Les Paul right now. You'll never regret it. And the other thing about it is it's a lifelong instrument.
And customizable.
Yes. But here's the thing. All this stuff, like a good guitar will last you your entire life. So if you amortize out $3,200, so that Les Paul is $3,200, and I go, okay, I'm X amount years old. I don't say how old I am on the internet ever, but let's say I'm this many years old and I project to have this much left in my life, and I divide that out. It's only X amount of dollars a year to I'm going to get out of that Les Paul. Like, it's just not that much money.
Mm.
You know, if you buy something cheap and try to make it last as long as possible, that's a completely different approach. But if you just buy the thing and then you're just like, no, I'm going to have my D28 for the rest of my life. You know, I don't have to worry about it. It's just going to be a D28 for the rest of my life. Yeah. Even though it's better than me, I never have to worry about it. Rant over.
Okay. Shane Walton says 2 of the 3 guitars in the green are equipped with Dylan's.
Oh, so that's Shane's stuff. Okay, rad. He's in Japan.
Makes sense, actually. Gary Jackson says, maybe it's just because I haven't learned to play yet, but I think your playing is really good.
Well, thank you.
I do too, because like if you're in the living room doing stuff, I know what you're going to play. Like
that's what Mom says too.
It's not a bad thing though. I know what chord comes next. So to me, it's very like
interesting.
Soothing, because it's I do not care to go listen to some weirdo do a sound check thinking that they're Jimi Hendrix.
Oh my God. Same.
Like,
same.
You're not that good.
Yep.
Like, stop.
Yes.
I know.
Same.
I don't care if you can only play 6 chords good. You don't need to think.
That's right.
Play 12 chords. You can play 12 chords. No.
Right.
I'd rather you know how to play the 6 good.
Yep.
Like
exactly. No, I get it. No, I get it.
Somebody said, Eric.
The wisdom of a non-guitar player. I love it. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I bring to the table.
No, I'm saying. No, it's right. It's real.
I love my guitars and gear, but I'm one of those that sits at home and plays for the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not howling, you're probably okay.
You're probably fine. Both of our dogs were terrified of guitars at first. you could. It was so funny. Especially an acoustic. If you put an acoustic on the stand and then just walked up there and went like this across the strings, they would flip out.
Panda was out. He's
like, same thing with Zeba. But now they're fine. Actually, they're both sleeping right here. They're laying right here. And now Zeba will lay that amp fires right there at that bed. And while I'm shooting a video, he'll just sit right in front of the amp and just like sit there the whole time while I'm playing. Funny story. Do we have any questions at this?
I'm looking.
This particular juncture.
We have. Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Satch Rules.
Okay.
Says, hi, Dylan. My posts on my Les Paul are very pots. On my Les Paul are very scratchy. Is it okay to use
Deoxit?
Yeah. And where exactly do I spray it on?
I would take the back cover off and try to spray it inside the pots. Don't do it on the top because you don't want to burn your finish. And don't spray a lot because you don't want it to drip out through the shaft of the pot and burn your finish. But yes, I would try Deoxit. If that doesn't work, hit me and we will get you some new pots because we have those. And we can, and we don't say we have long shaft pots on the website, but we do have them. So if you need some, I'll get you some. So
good pots are good pots. Just saying.
Yeah, we use CTS stuff, really, really good stuff. The low tolerance stuff too, like not just those off the shelf stuff. We get the really good stuff. So I used in yesterday's video. I think it was yesterday's video. I used my Positive Grid Spark Mini instead of my Kemper because
that was yesterday.
We were gone Tuesday night for a couple hours, and my puppy, my Weimaraner puppy, he's what is he? A year and a half old. Now he still chews every once in a while. He'll chew something. Sometimes he doesn't. Like when we got home, he was laying in the living room with one of my flip-flops, just sitting there with it. Like he wasn't chewing on it. He just was sitting there with it. But I come in here and my XLR cable that was plugged into my cabinet is now only this long. And there are pieces exactly, I don't know what his measuring stick is, but there was like
they are all
15
pieces,
inch and a half piece long of XLR cable. Like they were all exactly the same length. It all in a bunch of little pieces everywhere. It was hilarious. It wasn't really, but
don't let him tell you.
It wasn't really, but so those are some cheap warm audio ones that I got off of Amazon like a long time ago. So I called up Austin from Runway Audio and I was like, dude, I need some dog proof, like these kind of XLR cables with the stuff on them. Because he's tried to chew. Well, he's tried to chew through Runway Audio guitar cables before, and I'm not saying he can't. I know he can, but he gives up.
He gets mad and just
yeah.
Same thing with pins.
Yeah, he'll chew up a pen real quick.
That was like the first 2 weeks we had him, though.
He's getting better.
He was new.
What else we got?
Dastardly Dave says, I had a cat chew on a 110-volt cord. He lived but never chewed a cord again.
Oh.
I shouldn't laugh at that.
Well, so mine, Zeba, when he was about probably 4 months old, we came home and the air purifier in the living room, 110, plugged in, running. Same thing. Ate the cable into perfect little 1-inch pieces just everywhere. And that was plugged in. So I don't know what his deal. Maybe that's why he's so dirt now, but I don't know.
He's a little special.
He's special.
Dog Dr. Tim, this is to the host question. As an old dog, I hope the answer is yes, because I don't know that I have enough tricks yet.
I mean, that's the thing too, right? Learning. Part of that question also came from one of my rant videos that I'm going to do on my other channel, on the DylanTalksTone 2 channel. One of the things that we hear all the time in the comment section is, I've been playing for so and so many years, and this is why I know you're wrong. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get into this deeper in that video because I'm going to shoot it tomorrow. But there's two problems with, I've been playing for so long, and this is why I know you're wrong. The length of time that you've been doing something, it really only determines how stubborn you are.
Teachable.
Well, that's the other thing. So there's two things. So the first thing is, you could just be doing the same thing wrong for a very long time. The second thing is, it also teachable. It also makes you realize how averse to change or learning, or you are not open to learning a new thing. Because if I say, did you know that those screws on the front of a Bigsby aren't meant to be tightened down to the body? And you're like, no, that's wrong because I've been doing it different for 40 years. And I'm like, but if you go to the Bigsby directions and read the directions about how to put a Bigsby from Bigsby, from the company that made the thing, and it says, screw the two front screws down and use them to level the vibrato, ensuring that the felt contacts the body. That's what it says. That's almost word for word what it says. Level the vibrato with the two screws, ensuring that the felt contacts the body. So what you're telling me is you're stubborn and you've been doing it wrong for a long time. That's all it is. So for those of you that are like, wait a minute, I don't have enough new tricks yet, and I want to learn stuff even though I'm, been doing it, that's awesome. I think it's great. That's how I feel too. Like always learning. If somebody teaches me something tomorrow about Bigsby's, I'll make another video and add it to the list. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. That's all you do. You'd be like, oh, well, I guess there's 6 things instead of 5 things that I'm going to put in my video now because I learned a new thing. Like, instead of, that's not how you do it because that's not how I do it. I'm like, okay, whatever.
One more question.
One more question, and then we're going to pick a winner.
Shane Walton says, my green telly originally came with Fender pickups from the 80s, which I replaced with Dylan's. Are people wrong for valuing old pickups? Why put old pickups in a new guitar?
Some of the older stuff's really good. I mean, I've got some old stuff. Of course, I've got some old stuff that Abby made. I've got some old stuff. I've got a set of Stevie Ray Vaughan's old pickups, like actual ones. I've got some really neat stuff. I've got some old prototype stuff from the custom shop. I got some neat stuff, but it's not, I wouldn't just put it in a guitar for the sake of putting it in a guitar. Like, I think it's cool, but, and some of that stuff's really good. So if you have it around, use it. But I don't think just because it's old, it's going to be good. And actually, if we're talking about Fender stuff, there's a good chance that it could not be good anymore because it fails after sitting for a long time. So, there's that. Let's pick a winner. Or actually, you all picked a winner. We had nothing to do with this. I wanted to keep us out of it so that...
It came right before 9 o'clock, so you have to answer this one too.
Okay.
David Roth says, is there a guitar kit that you would recommend? I wouldn't need any of the hardware. I'd want to do that myself. Basically, a body and neck that I can finish and use hardware that I want.
I would tell you right now, go to, in fact, open up another window right now, like this minute, and go to TexasToastGuitars.com and look for their... Desperately, Dave, can you help him with this? I know you know about this too. It's called their Soapbox Derby kit or something. And their kits are quality, like very good. So I would check them out. And they are very reasonable. And that text that I got means that it's 9 o'clock because every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time, I get a text from Montana Knife Company when they drop their new knife for the week, which means it's off topic hour. But
first we have to
pick it. So, or you all picked it. So let's see what we got.
How do I find it?
There you go.
There we go. Oh, okay. Well, now I know which one it is. So hold please.
Okay. Which one won? And what was the percentage? How many people voted? First of all, let's look at this real quick. Let's look at the analytics for it.
49 people voted.
Thank you, everybody.
The green set got 20%.
Okay.
Sideways was 4.
I really like that picture. That was really cool.
It was cool. The Peterbilt got 22.
Uh-huh.
And the pedal board won with 53.
Excellent. Well, there you go. So put that picture up. We can show everybody. And you're going to get a care package from us. I have your email, and I will shoot you an email. You don't have to worry about it. I'll shoot you an email and get your contact information and stuff. If I don't already have your contact information, you might be a customer already, and I might have it. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down, and that is going to be, and we will try to get that shipped out tomorrow.
So off topic
hour, and so the way we do off topic hour is this. Hang on, I have to write this down, otherwise I'm going to forget it. Pedal board.
Pinewood Derby is what it's called.
Pinewood Derby. Thank you very much. I was thinking Soapbox Derby. I knew that wasn't it, but okay. So here's what we're doing. After 9 o'clock, every Thursday night, we do an off-topic hour. We do this because we just want to get to know you and be friends. So you can ask any question you want that doesn't have to do with guitars. It cannot have anything to do with guitars. If you want to ask a guitar question after 9 p.m. on Thursday nights, it has to be in a super chat. Then we'll take a guitar question. We do this just to encourage randomness. And if nobody has any, then we're watching a show and we're going to go watch that show as a family. And if some people have some questions, we'll hang out for a little while and answer them.
Somebody asked something earlier. Where'd it go?
Oh, did you get a off-topic one earlier?
Yeah. Tazzy Tim says, Brianna, working with your dad must be fun. Do you have any funny moments that you can share?
He
talks to himself a lot.
Kind of every day. We always have crazy stuff.
He almost falls out of his chair because he forgets how far it leans back.
Yep. I got a new desk chair that's like super rad, but I'm getting used to it still because it's at a different level. And then of course there's the dogs
I
are
always get tackled by a dog.
yeah, the dogs are in the office, so there's always some comedic thing. You know, they want breakfast at, you know, a certain time. Our schedule every day is we kind of have a schedule, and so
The dogs hold us
the
accountable.
dogs hold us accountable to the schedule. Yep. And so that's a thing.
Including nap time.
Yep. Yep, including nap time. It gets towards the end of the day and they're like, "Hey, why aren't you laying in the floor?" Ever since Zeba was a puppy, we call them crotch naps because my Weimaraner, ever since he was a puppy, he was really, you know, we got him, he was like
He's tiny.
15 pounds, which isn't small, but he's a Weim, so so he's about, you know, this big or something. And so I would lay on the floor with a blanket. And actually back then it was a particular blanket. It was a cow print, like fleece blanket.
Mm-hmm.
And I would lay on if I was a different blanket, he wouldn't do it. It was only that blanket. I would lay on the floor and he would lay like in my crotch and like put his head on my thighs and he would take a nap as this little cute puppy. Well, as he grew, now he's, you know, he's 80 something pounds and huge. And he still does it. So like I have to like dislocate my hip basically to let him lay on the floor with me. But yeah, he'll still do it. He still takes a crotch nap every day. And he gets mad if I don't.
He napped in the bed with me.
Yep. No, it has to be on the floor in that certain spot. And we lay in the same spot on the floor. Like, yeah, it's a thing.
He squished me though. I think he doesn't view me as a person.
More as a pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A body pillow though. Not
that's
like
the way it
pillow.
is at night because he sleeps. Yeah, he does the same thing to us
That's how I woke up. Was he readjusted and I thought broke a rib.
at night.
Woke up like I can't breathe.
What else you got over there?
Edgar Bradford says, "Got my Ender V3."
His what?
Ender V3.
Okay.
Like Ender, the letter V and then 3.
Oh, okay.
To print a couple of Glock frames to build my own stuff. I love all kinds of kits. Just finished a Kentucky long rifle kit, starting a guitar kit now.
Oh, neat, man.
Is that a type of...
It must be a type of Ender. Yeah, that's a 3D printer. Yep.
Ooh.
That's cool. I'm so that's the thing. I'm starting to look into materials, starting to understand what can be done. Dave's been sending me, Dastardly Dave's been sending me a couple of texts here and there. Apparently there's a big software update for the one that I've got coming because it's not here yet. And so I was also looking at some online modeling, like web-based modeling programs. And my brother uses SolidWorks. And, you know, so I'm just learning, you know, at this point, kind of just learning. I don't know anything about it really. But the fun part about like making guitar parts is I can design the flat drawings in the software that I use. It's not doubling up work. So like if I want to draw something on the laser, to do something on the laser, it's 2D obviously in an SVG. So then I can just export it as a DXF, take it over to a 3D and then just make it 3D. So it's super, I'm figuring out a workflow already. But we'll see. I'm excited about it.
Tom Askey said, "Please talk about your Bonneville experiences."
Bonneville experiences. So the first year we went, so the story is that my business partner called me and said, "How would you like to be the world's fastest Indian?" Kind of a joke because I'm Native American. Well, he asked me, he's like, "Have you ever seen that movie, The World's Fastest Indian?" I was like, "No, I haven't." He's like, "You need to go home and watch it right now." So I went home and I watched it. And he's like, he called me the next morning. He's like, "How would you like to be the world's fastest Indian?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Let's go to Bonneville and we're going to take a dirt bike." And he picked out the class. It's it's PS 450. So it was PS 500. So it was partial slipstream, which means there could be no arrow aids behind your hands or your knees. So if it had a fairing, it couldn't be like a bullet. It had to be like encapsulated only up until your knees and the handlebars. It could have a tail section, but the tail section could not come up higher than something, and forward it couldn't like come up over your back at all. It had to be under 500 cc's. It had to be factory. The jug, so the piston jug, it had to be single cylinder, under 500 cc's. The piston jug, the crank, the rod, and the lower case all had to be factory parts. They could be modified, but they had to be factory parts. So the first year, so we decided, because we were in the power sports industry, in the off-road power sports industry, we decided to make the world's fastest dirt bike. So we took a CRF 450R and we went to Bonneville and we went like 119 miles an hour or something first year. And then the second year we went like 132. I think that record still stands in that class. I don't remember. I know that we beat Buell. Buell was the company that had it before we did. And so we beat them. And then it was enough more. So there's these, like, if it's more than 5%, then the scrutineers come and like take your engine apart and stuff and like make sure you're not cheating. So it was by like 16%. So we had to have all that done. And it was pretty neat. It's pretty neat. I broke my back in between the first year and the second year. So the second year we were out at Lake Elsinore and what's that?
I said hippies.
And testing. And so I was in a back brace about 3 months after I got hurt, 2 months after I got hurt, doing like 114 on a KTM. We were practicing on a KTM. Yep. That was fun. It was a neat time. I've still got some of those parts laying around.
Your back?
No, I mean, no. I still have some of those motorbike parts and various little inventions that came from that, because you're trying to solve problems. And so you're finding things. I will tell you, we did the thing like in the movie. We bought, I think Dunlop was sponsoring us. And so we called up Dunlop and we're like, hey, can we do the thing with where you shave the rubber off the tire? Will it explode? And they're like, nope, it won't. So we literally went to TJ Maxx and got like 3 sets of cheap steak knives and like sat there and like carved rubber off the tires. Because you'd get about this far across a tire and the knife would be dull. So you just throw it away. So we just would like, it took like 2 or 3 sets of cheap steak knives and we hand carved both tires down. And yeah, we did all this stuff. It was neat.
Somebody who doesn't like us, somebody gave us a thumbs down.
Thumbs down, Frank. That's how I call him. That's okay.
Timothy said, thanks for showing my first guitar build. And yes, they are your pickups. Sideways.
Rad. That's a sweet guitar, dude.
That's awesome. I know that was guitar, but that seemed important to.
Yeah, that was neat, man.
That doesn't count. It wasn't a question.
That's true.
Robert Hastings says dogs thrive on routine and consistency. Y'all are great with your dogs. Good to see.
Yeah, one of the things we're working on right now is we just started back with this tonight, is we've kind of let them get into the grazing thing. So we're leaving the food down for a particular amount of time and then taking it up. And so they don't like us right now, but
They don't like you.
they don't like me because I'm the one that feeds them. But I think in the next 3 or 4 days, that'll get sorted out.
They wear sweaters.
Yeah,
They like wearing clothes.
It's been so cold here for Georgia. It's been so cold, man.
We're under
Another
an extreme cold watch, which is like the wind chill can get into the negatives.
Yep.
I think ours is like -3 is what it could happen.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, what?
I washed the car today and I was like, this is so dumb. But oh, by the way, those waterproof gloves are amazing. And what's weird about them? They're knit. Did you see them?
Oh, yeah, I saw them.
They look like a sweater, but no water gets in there.
They must be some kind of like fiber.
I don't know, but
I don't know.
and you can touch your phone with them. No, I was like listening to a podcast, washing the car, and
I don't like this.
and I could like they worked awesome. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. They're for fishing actually. But
that makes sense.
But you could like put your hand in the bucket and no water gets through them. But when you like stretch them out, you're like, they're knit. Yeah. They're not like a neoprene wetsuit, I guess is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. And my hands didn't get cold. My ears got cold.
It's cold.
It is.
I woke up and my back was like,
That car had to be washed though. I was like, this sucks. I hate driving a dirty car. And the weather's been so bad. I don't think I've washed it for like 3 weeks. And I couldn't let it go.
It's going to get covered in snow.
Well, and I don't care, but
like 5 inches of snow.
That's what I heard. Yeah. I don't care. We're not going to go anywhere though. So it doesn't matter. Like if you don't drive it. I went 7 days in a row without leaving the house this week.
You did.
On Tuesday, I left the house for the first time in 7 days. Oh man, I'm such an old weird recluse.
I can't. I'd lose my mind. I go 2 places.
Oh, I wonder. Has anybody got any other questions over there?
Somebody said bad day for a car wash.
It was great though. The car looks amazing again, and I don't care. I had to do it.
Did they know little man can walk?
Oh yeah, no, we didn't. So yeah, our grandbaby can walk now.
That's where I go every week. I have to go see my nephew.
Yep. Let's see if anybody's buying my weird pen.
Dr. Tim says, "Isn't your car black? The color that shows the worst."
It is black, and so it's black, but I had it ceramic coated, like not like the cheap stuff from the store, but I actually like took it somewhere and had it ceramic coated, and it is amazing. Like it's amazing. So what I typically do is I have a foam cannon and I use foam wash, and so I'll rinse it and I'll foam it and I'll rinse it and I'll foam it and I'll rinse it. I'll foam it twice and rinse it twice. Every other week. And then on the other weeks, I'll actually contact wash it with a wash mitt. So I don't put a wash mitt on it every week, but I typically wash the car, at least try to get it clean-ish every week. But the problem is with the weather we've been having, it's just building up and building up and building up. So, because I couldn't, it was just so cold, man. It was so cold.
Dastardly Dave says, "You should be glad you don't have a diesel. They don't like the cold." I know, and that's why I love them.
I know. We used to have a diesel actually, and I absolutely loved it.
I'm just talking about the
power?
No, like the cold start on a diesel.
Oh. Yeah. No, we used to have a diesel. I would have a diesel again. In fact, so we are kind of okay. So our car's a mild hybrid, but it's not actually. Because I don't like. We had a hybrid for a while, and it was awesome, but it wasn't fast enough. So the car we have now it's like a real gas car, but it has a battery in it for the stop start thing. So it's not actually a hybrid. But I was talking to my Audi guy, the guy that I buy all my cars from. And he said right now Porsche is working on a hybrid over diesel that is going to go into the Cayennes and the Macans first, and then it may come to Audi. So my goal is to keep this car long enough to get a diesel over hybrid Audi when it comes out. I would love that. I love diesels.
Eric 69 says, "Can you work from home?"
We do. We do work. We all do. Yeah. So Leslie actually works for a software company. She is not. I'm not saying she's not involved in the pickup business, because she is very much involved in it. It's tax time, so she's very much involved. Yeah. We were having meetings about that this morning. And so she works for a software company, so she has an office and she does what she does all day. And then Brianna and I run the pickup company, and we have another office that we use for that. And then we have this room for shooting videos. Yep. So we all work from home.
Edgar Bradford said, the cold is why I haven't started the guitar. I don't have a spray booth, so I have to paint outside, and Mississippi is cold right now.
Yeah, that's a thing, man. That is a thing. I get it.
And then, I don't know who this is. Lucas Chop says, try living in Alaska. It's a record high of 40 degrees today, and there's so much mud on the cars.
Yeah, man. So my parents used to live in Alaska, and I never went to visit. I grew up until I was 17 in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and then I lived there for a couple of years right before I met Leslie. I lived there for a couple of years, and I can't take the cold, man. I have too much titanium in my body now, and I cannot handle the cold. So yeah, even this weather is hurting me bad.
Tazzy Tim says, I watched my neighbor crack her car window last winter with using a kettle. I've seen people do that.
I've seen people do that too. You know, it's funny. We were invited to go do something last weekend, and I told both of them, I'm like, I don't want to go. Like, I don't want to use up the fuel because
we thought we were going to
we had the whole ice storm scare thing. We actually didn't get any ice here. Some people did, but we didn't.
Not bad.
We got some, but it wasn't bad. But we got enough that I was like, I don't want to break a door handle. You know, it's hard on your equipment, man. Like and so if I don't have to go anywhere, I'm going to stay home. And so we did.
Harold Campus says, do your taillights ever fall off?
Nope.
Are they supposed to? Nope. I mean, not supposed to, but Matthew Altmaier says, is that diesel to power the wheels or diesel to power the battery?
Diesel to power the wheels. Yep. It's going to have like 400 horse and like 800 pound-foot of torque. It's going to be gnarly. I'm super stoked to hear about it. But Audi's been doing a weird thing. They're like going halfway down a path and then maybe not doing it because other stuff. And, you know, so we'll see if it actually happens. But I know Porsche's working on it right now.
And Eric69 has an X from West Virginia.
Yeah.
Those are supposed to be from Texas.
X's are from Texas. Yeah. Mine's not.
Mine's not either. Actually, I don't know that.
You don't. Next. Moving on. Moving on.
Dr. Tim says Blade of the Night.
Oh, Blade of the Night. Oh,
segue.
Yeah. Moving on. Arizona. Mm-hmm. I'm just kidding. Anyway.
We think.
Maybe. Not sure. Okay. Anyways, moving on. I took a big plunge last week, and I bought a McNeese Dixon. So this is a company from Alabama, Jonathan McNeese, and he made custom knives for a long time. And he had a knife called the Mac 2, which was 3.5 inches. This is actually 3.75. It's MagnaCut blade steel and all titanium, and it is huge. It is a big, big knife. But what's really wild about it is the lock bar action is really nice, and it feels like a small knife. It acts like a small knife the way it opens, and the balance of the blade and everything, and then the way it closes. It's just so good. It's very expensive, but I'm really impressed with it. This is one of those knives that and the hollow grind. So it's very, very thick, but good God, it slices. It's so good. It's such a great knife. I saw this knife and I was like, good God, that's too expensive. And then I watched a couple of videos about it and learned a couple things about it, and then met the guy at Blade Show last year, and then et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, okay, if I'll buy it, and if I don't like it, I'll just sell it. No way, man. Hasn't left my pocket since I got it. It's awesome. It's awesome. I think it's officially the most expensive pocket knife I own. I'm pretty sure. But I love it though. I think it is, actually.
Eric69 says, did you ever get a knife from Hibbins Fixed Blade?
Nope. I didn't. I have not. We were actually just putting on the calendar today the dates for the Nashville Guitar Show, for the Denver Guitar Expo that we're doing with Texas Toast, and then Blade Show in Atlanta in June, and the Atlanta Pen Show in March or April. March.
Okay.
Something like that. Yep. Trying to get all the date. Well, because I'm trying to decide like when we're going to need boarding for the dogs and stuff.
I don't have to I don't worry about that.
Right.
You're my boss.
Exactly. No, I mean, I didn't mean it like that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway.
The dogs are cool though. They do good boarding together.
Yes, if we can keep them together, they board just fine.
But the place that we have lets them.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
They're cool.
What else you got over there?
Tezzy Tim says, wow, he is walking nearly guitar time.
Yeah, man. Actually, Leslie and I were just talking about that today or the other day. I think I want to make him a duck themed hanger for that guitar so that we can hang it in his nursery. And that is happening very soon.
Thing is, he doesn't like walk.
Right.
He just
Yeah.
he's just going.
Yeah.
And he just tackles people. Like there's no breaks. He's just gonna run into you.
Mm-hmm.
Joe K says, thoughts on KOA? I love them.
Yeah. I like them too. KOAs are great because they're really consistent and
they're not sketchy.
for the most part. I've stayed in a couple that I was like, ugh. But they're super consistent and they're easy. They're just easy. They're usually really easy to get in and out of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we have, she car camps. She's got like a tent that goes on the back of her.
Yeah, and I've stayed at them. I mean, I stayed at them by myself. Like,
yeah, and then of course we have a B-class van, and so a lot of times we'll like off-grid camp, and then every couple nights stop at a KOA and charge up and dump and stuff. And yeah, man, we use them fairly regularly because they're just so consistent.
mm-hmm. I like them a lot.
Me and you stayed at Love's Travel Stop.
I didn't love that.
Me either.
I do not love the KOA in Amarillo.
Oh, yeah.
Let me phrase. I like it.
Yeah.
It's very clean. It's very nice. I don't like the freaking airport 200 yards that way.
Oh, yeah. That's the only problem with some of them sometimes is they'll be like really close to a freeway or an airport. A lot of times they're real close to an interstate, so sometimes they can be kind of loud. But
I don't care about that. I'm cool with that. An airplane?
There's one right outside of Denver that I use every once in a while. It's like 2 hours out of Denver. So like if I'm in Denver working and I have to leave, Denver, so I'll leave at Denver at like Friday at 5:00 and I'll drive for just like 3 or 4 hours. Mm-hmm. So I'll get to this place right out. It's in the middle of nowhere in eastern Colorado, and it's right next to a highway. And sometimes that's a bad idea, but yeah. But overall, they're great. They can be a little spendy, but they're never spendy for you because you car camp.
I'm in a tent.
Yeah. She's got a really neat setup. She's got a Volkswagen Taos, like the little wagon, with
Your brother fussed at me the other day because I haven't been out there.
With one of those tents that when you lift up the lift gate and then it like hooks onto the back of the car and then it goes out on the ground and like it's really neat actually. It works really well.
For me and the dog.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of room.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool.
Dog Dr. Tim says, are you doing both days of the pin show?
No, we're probably going to do Saturday. I think we decided today we're going to do Saturday. Yup. Oh, I didn't tell you. I have a Franklin Christoph order coming tomorrow.
Do you?
Yeah.
Those are my two.
Yep. But I also, I got you something too. Well,
I would hope so if you just told me about the order.
No, but I didn't get you something from Franklin Christoph. I got something from that Piper Trading Company, which is owned by Franklin. It's like their like lower line, not lower line, but
an Audi.
Yeah. So I got Mama fountain pen from Piper Trading Company, and they make this. I don't know. I don't even know what it is. I don't know what the technology is. It is a drawing pencil.
What?
But it's like think really nice dip pen, but instead of having a dip pen nib, it has a pencil end. It's weird. I've never seen anything like
mechanical pencil.
No. This is like a wooden pencil, but it's in the shape of like a. But I think it has like, I don't know if it's interchangeable tips or what. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
I really don't know. I just looked really neat, and I'm like, she draws. I think she's gonna like this. We should at least try. It wasn't it wasn't that expensive. So I was like, I want to at least experiment with it and see if you like it. Because yeah,
we have a new Patreon member.
Oh, excellent.
I don't
Thanks,
know
man.
if it's somebody in here, but thanks.
Oh, thank you.
I was like, why is my watch going?
It is someone new. Yeah, great. Thank you. His name is Matt. Welcome.
It sounded so like.
No. I mean that. Welcome to the thing.
Where's Strasbourg?
Where is that?
I don't know.
I feel like hang on. Is he talking about a KOA?
He's going to a Strasbourg KOA.
I've stayed there.
Really?
Yeah, I know I've stayed there. Hang on. Yeah. That's the one I'm talking about. Wait. That's the one. Yeah, it's right by the freeway. That's the one I'm talking about. Look at. There's a KOA. There's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. It's a little loud. It could be a little loud. That's the one I stay at.
Colorado KOA.
Yep. On the way in to Denver. Sometimes I'll stay there. Like if I'm. Yeah. Yep. I've stayed there. I was like, I know that name.
Tom Askey says, I'm at a Love's truck stop for the night. I'm a pilot vehicle operator and a steerman for the wind turbine blades, and I stay in my van when on the road. I got solar, refrigerator, coffee maker, etc.
Whoa. So you're one of those people that drives that goes with those humongous wind
That's awesome.
turbine blades. That's really
so was that his picture?
He's from Colorado too. I'm pretty sure.
How do I not know these people?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We haven't met him yet. But yeah, we will probably hopefully he comes and sees us in Denver when we're out there.
I'm just saying, like, as many times as I've been like between the shop and
he's newer to the channel. I think he's newer to the channel, maybe just the last few months. So yeah. No, it's cool.
Also, did I tell you Matt was mad at me that I didn't bring Bandit inside when I went?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, awesome, man. It is 9:35, yo.
Wow, it's my bedtime.
This has been fun, you guys. I have a really cool video coming tomorrow. We're going to talk about shielding.
You better talk about how many P90s we just made.
Yeah, but some of that stuff is for something in particular. So
that's important too.
Stay tuned. Yeah, if you want to order a P90, we could probably ship some tomorrow, actually. If you wanted to order a P90, we could get them straight out to you. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. It's been fun. We will see you tomorrow.